Hello and welcome to Sovereign RPG. I am Sovereign and today we are going to look at Warpath. Warpath is a real-time strategy game on mobile and tablet devices boasting real-time strategy, deeply customizable military units, an epic storyline, and a stunning mobile experience. Now usually when a mobile game says stunning mobile experience, it's normally the complete bloody opposite. However, this is far from the truth in this game. This game has over 112,000 reviews, sitting at a 4.4 rating on the Google Play Store, mostly having 5-star ratings across the board. Now this is a mobile game and the Google Play Store is a cesspit of paid reviews, as most of you know, so always take ratings with a pinch of salt. Look for reviews that have both good and bad points on them, never just look at the reviews that say this is a gleaming pile of godlike glory, etc. Speaking of good and bad points, hit that like button if you do enjoy my content and hit the thumbs down if you want kittens to be run over by tanks. After that delightful comment, why did I decide to try this game? One of my viewers posted a comment on another review for a mobile game and asked me to take a look, so I did. I have had a love-hate relationship with many strategy games over the years, mainly love playing them, but my wallet hates being used by them. I've spent an abso-fucking-lutely disgusting amount of money on these cash grab bastard games in the past, mainly due to the fact that I have zero patience when waiting to build things, progress, and an undeniable need to be number one in these games. I have definitely given some of those big boy whales a run for their money in the past. Well anyway, that's enough of my insatiable need to gamble my real-life money on pixel units. Let's talk about Warpath and what this game has to offer. As I said before, as soon as I saw this was a strategy war game, my first thought was that we are going to be getting another reskin of the millions of other strategy war games that are on the market. Ebony, Clash of Clans, and the like. And this is one of them. But saying that, and I was pleasantly surprised by this, it's taken a lot of what we love about mobile strategy war games and got rid of a lot of the shit we don't like. One thing I always hated about these games is the map is always open. There is zero fog of war. If you don't know what fog of war is, it's when the map has to be explored to know what is where. Warpath has this feature. The entire map is covered in a fog of war and you need to send out scouting planes using the garrison airport that you build in your base. You send out the planes to parts of the map that are covered in clouds and it takes some time for the plane to scout that area. You can see in real time what comes out while the plane is scouting. This also gives you resources when the plane finds things like boat wrecks, farmhouses, and player locations. You also cannot make any travel points into the fog with your ground units, so make sure to be scouting whenever you can. Speaking of player locations, you can literally pack up your entire base into a truck and move around and place it wherever you want. As long as there is space where you want to place it. You pack it up and move with your units to the desired location. You are, however, more vulnerable in this state as your base, when unpacked, has pretty formidable defenses. So make sure to be careful. There doesn't seem to be any shields currently, which is another weird aspect of this game being a strategy war game and not having shields, but that can be a good and bad thing. Your units are, unlike most strategy games, not researched and made depending on the level of the structure. Instead, this is a gacha mechanic. You use universal coupons or gold in order to buy cards and it gives you a randomly generated unit. Now I know what you're thinking, guys, dog shit gacha, but honestly it's not that bad. If you're into paying into these kind of games, the cost of the currency is actually pretty decent for what you get. You can upgrade the stars of units by combining copies of the units you get. So even if you pull dogshit cards, you can combine them to make them stronger and eventually make them as strong as the starting 5-star units. Obviously getting a 5-star unit from the start is a blessing, but I've been completely free to play without spending a penny and I already have 5-star plus units. I even got a few 5-star duplicates at the beginning giving me a boost. But I'm pretty up there on the power levels, not too far behind the guys who are definitely going hard with the old credit card. You can use these units to go around attacking what is known as Raven units, which are your basic NPC enemies, and killing these guys net you the resources you need to build and upgrade your base. You can garrison your units inside your base, which ups the firepower of your base when being attacked. Now when you are attacking, this is in real time, which in my opinion is actually pretty damn amazing. You can move units around, move them out of the range of attackers, maneuver around the back of engaged targets to sneak up on them, which I've done a few times so far. It's not like other strat games where you just get a report after some bullshit animation. This is literally more like Command and Conquer, and is a massive bonus in my books. You can also use these units to do the campaign. The campaign is the story aspect of this game and is probably its weakest point for me. It can get rather repetitive and you can just set the auto attack while moving and go AFK to complete most missions, but there are missions where you actually have to deal with mechanics, with waves of units defending a central point, saving friendly soldiers, and many other things, but this is mainly the last mission of each part of the storyline. The voice acting is pretty good and the music is top notch with zero complaints there. Sound effects and ambience are also pretty damn well well done. The officers are not gacha, luckily enough. You gain them from doing the campaign and completing chapters, which are basically a group of quests you need to complete in order to complete the chapter. You can get units, materials, and officers from this. Officers level by fighting and doing the campaign, as well as sending them on missions, and can also be ranked up by doing these officer missions as well and getting the currency you need to do that. So let's move on to the building. This is where it gets weird. There are no timers on your buildings, like none, zilch, nada. And if you're as confused as I was when I started playing, then you're human. What takes the time in this game is the research and the building of the materials you need to upgrade the buildings. Using the engineering center, you produce things like wood planks, bricks, and cement, all required for upgrading buildings. Depending on the level, will require more and higher levels of materials. This is also where the speed ups come in, and they can be quite expensive to speed up, but I've had an absolutely insane amount of free currency and speed ups given for doing quests, etc. So that's always a nice thing. When it comes to the PvP, there are some differences here. As stated previously, this is all in real-time strategy, so you can actually strategize more than just hitting the enemy all at the same time, which is the usual bollocks when playing these games. Now, I haven't blown up myself yet. I was attacked by an entire alliance sitting right next to me, but didn't lose anything to them, so I went on a rampage and destroyed a few of their bases. Some just sat there in awe of my godlike powers, and others packed up and tried to run, so I just ran them down. Now, here's the weird thing. When I actually blew up their bases or their packed up trucks, they actually disappeared. Now, I don't know if they have to start again, or if they just get teleported somewhere else with a new base. As I said, I haven't been smushed yet, so honestly I have no idea what happens. But wouldn't that be mental if you had to start building your base again? As I said before, monetization isn't so bad that I haven't even felt the need to want to. I've had one pop up so far to buy a pack in about 10 hours of playing today, and there are no big shiny buy me buttons anywhere on the user interface, which again is another breath of fresh air. All in all, I'm having fun with the game, but it has only been one day. Who knows if this game will keep my attention or if the devs shit the bed and start spamming monetization shit again down my throat in a few days. It's just fun to sit about and play while the missus is watching that dogshit reality TV show you always pretend you enjoy. And I haven't found myself staring at the screen doing nothing waiting for a timer to run out. I always have something to do, so that gets another thumbs up compared to a lot of the other strategy games. Its one major downfall for me is that you cannot join a server with your friends, or at least I couldn't figure it out. So if you do know how this is done from the beginning and not waiting for some arbitrary 17-day timer, please let me know down below. Not much else to say really, says Sovereign after a massive ramble of game mechanics. I'll give this game a made up 8 out of 10 as it's definitely piqued my curiosity, and will likely continue playing it for a while until I get bored or the mobile platform slaps me in the face again. If you do enjoy my content and would like to help the channel, we do have a Patreon set up at varying levels that give you various bonuses from early access content to private Discord channels. Speaking of Discord, the link for mine will be in the description and in the pinned comment, where we have a great bunch of guys willing to help with many different games. Remember to throw up a like if you do enjoy my content, sub if you want to see more gameplay, reviews and guides on many games across many platforms. Fly safe.